Hello everyone, and welcome to our English learning podcast. Today, we're talking about a fascinating topic, superstitions. Have you ever knocked on wood or found a lucky penny? Share your thoughts with us in the comments.
Hi there! Superstitions can be really interesting, and they exist in every culture. Whether you believe in them or not, they shape many of our daily habits. Let's dive in and discover more together.
Let's start by explaining the word superstition. Now, let's explain that word. A superstition is a belief based on faith in magic or luck, not science. For example, some people think breaking a mirror will bring bad luck.
That's right. Even in our modern world, superstitions still have a powerful influence. Some people believe them more than others, and some outgrow them as they get older.
But why do people believe in superstitions at all?
Well, sometimes superstitions help people feel more in control, especially when facing uncertainty. Now, let's continue with an interesting story about how common these beliefs really are.
To find out how many people believe in superstitions, researchers often use a survey. Do you know what that means? A survey is when many people are asked questions to gather information. For example, a survey might ask, "Do you believe in good luck charms?"
Exactly. In one survey for the journal American Demographics, researchers wanted to know how superstitious people really are. They planned and did this survey to get real answers.
That's where the word conduct comes in. To conduct means to plan and do something. For example, scientists conduct experiments to learn new things.
Right. And in this case, the survey was conducted by a research firm called Market Facts. They asked many people about their superstitions.
When people answer surveys, they are called respondents. Let's explain that word. A respondent is a person who gives a response, especially in a survey. For example, if you answer a question about your favorite food, you are a respondent.
In this survey, respondents were asked about 10 common superstitions. 5 were about good luck, and 5 were about bad luck. They checked the ones they believed in and said how strongly they believed.
That makes the results really interesting. It shows us not only what people believe, but how much they believe it.
Yes, and one of the most popular good luck superstitions was picking a 4-leaf clover. Let's explain what a clover is next.
A clover is a small green plant, usually with 3 leaves on each stem. But if you find one with 4 leaves, it's called a 4-leaf clover. People think finding one brings good luck. For example, if you find a 4-leaf clover in the grass, you might feel lucky all day.
Other good luck superstitions people believed included knocking on wood, picking up pennies, and crossing fingers for luck. Each of these actions is thought to bring good luck in different cultures.
On the other hand, the most common bad luck superstition was breaking a mirror. Many respondents believed this brings bad luck too.
There were also superstitions about black cats, walking under ladders, and even about the groom seeing the bride before the wedding. Let's talk about that word, groom, next.
A groom is a man who is about to be married or who has just married. For example, at a wedding, the groom stands at the front waiting for the bride.
One superstition says it's bad luck for the groom to see the bride before the wedding. Many people still follow this tradition today.
It's interesting how these beliefs continue, even when people know they aren't based on facts.
Exactly. Now, let's look at how people admit their beliefs, even if they seem a bit embarrassed. We call this confessing.
To confess means to admit something, usually a feeling or action. For example, you might confess that you ate the last cookie.
In the survey, even people who said they were not really superstitious confessed to knocking on wood or picking up a penny for luck.
That shows how superstitions can be part of our habits, even if we don't fully believe in them.
Another interesting superstition involved kissing under the mistletoe. Let's explain what mistletoe is.
Mistletoe is a plant with yellowish flowers and white berries. It's used as a Christmas decoration, and there's a tradition where people kiss under the mistletoe for good luck. For example, at a holiday party, you might see mistletoe hanging above a doorway.
Right, and even some people who don't think of themselves as superstitious still follow these traditions.
Let's move on to some numbers from the survey about who believes in superstitions the most.
Great idea! The survey found that women comprised 60% of the superstitious group. Let's talk about comprise next.
To comprise means to make up something. For example, a basketball team comprises 5 players. In the survey, women comprise 60% of the people who admitted being superstitious.
But there's more to the story. Among those who were very superstitious, most were men. The survey also showed that younger people are more likely to say they're superstitious than older people.
So, what does this indicate about superstitions in society? Let's explain the word indicate.
Indicate means to show or suggest something. For example, if it's cloudy, it indicates rain might be coming. These survey results indicate that superstitions are common for all kinds of people.
Many people think that having more education means you're less likely to believe in superstitions. But according to the survey, the numbers were almost the same for people with and without college degrees.
That's right. 42% of those with only a high school education said they were a little superstitious, and 47% with a college education said the same. So, education does not always change our beliefs.
That's a great point. It shows that superstitions are deeply rooted in our culture, no matter our background.
Now, let's review the new vocabulary we learned today, before we share a final learning tip.
Let's quickly review the new words. First, superstition means a belief in magic or luck. For example, many people have a superstition about black cats.
Survey is an activity where people answer questions to give information. For example, the teacher gave a survey to the class. Conduct means to plan and do something. The scientist will conduct an experiment.
Respondent is someone who answers a survey. Each respondent shared their opinion. Clover is a small plant, sometimes with 4 leaves for luck. She found a 4-leaf clover in the grass.
Groom is a man about to be married. The groom waited for the bride. Confess means to admit something. He confessed he forgot the homework.
Mistletoe is a plant used at Christmas. They hung mistletoe in the doorway. Comprise means to make up. The class comprises 20 students. Indicate means to show or suggest. The clock indicates it's time to finish. We hope you enjoyed today's episode about superstitions and learned some useful new words. Remember, learning English is a journey, and every new word brings you one step closer to fluency.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Practice speaking, ask questions, and stay curious. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time.